What's going on, everybody? Free to play OG here. We're back. It's day number 210 of the free to play account series. And you guys, is it just me or is it hot in here? Holy smokes, man. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Mephisto's new uniform came out in the game. And it's interesting, to say the least. So let's talk about it. But before we do, what's going on, Random Vids? Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you. KT3, what's going on, dude? Good to see you, Peter. Thanks for being here. Ashish Nagy's here. What's up, bro? Godin's in the house. What up, Go? Good to see you. Sharon, what's going on? Billy, Shilly, what up, dude? I know what's going on. Thanks for being here, as always, brother. Appreciate you. Wayne Clark, same. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you guys. Frost is here. What up, dude? Jay's here. Surge is here. What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming and hanging out. We got Circle up top, and man, am I ready to talk about this. So we're gonna give it just a couple seconds here, let a few people show up if they're gonna, before we get into the Mephisto thing, because it's kind of the meat of what we're doing, and people will just come asking, you know, did we talk about Mephisto yet? So before we do, let's not go into Multiverse Saga. Let's go get our dispatch rewards real quick. Get some CCF, let's hope. You guys may have noticed that our gold total has been slightly diminished. Some of you guys were here hanging out last night. That was fun. Thanks so much for coming and chilling if you were here. That was a hoot, man. I had a good time hanging out last night, messing around with Mephisto. Started up the build. We already got that now. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate that. What's going on, Gabi? Thanks for being here. Chibi, what's up, dude? Yeah, had a good time hanging out. We did a little tiny bit of testing with Mephisto, how we could. Shout out again to Joe for helping with that, making that possible. That was fun. But when I get into talking about Mephisto, I will break down this PvP testing and sort of see if we can't get a better gauge on like how we should look at this thing from a PvP perspective, because that's honestly where the questions I feel like lie, if there are any left. And I think there are, depending on where your account's at. But man, as far as the other end of the spectrum, there aren't a whole lot of questions about what's going on here. So pretty definitive answers when it comes to one side of the spectrum, one end of the transformation, if you will. What up, Zero? What's going on? What's up, Tarun? How you doing, man? Heck yeah, Mephisto, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, last night was this morning for a lot of you guys. So some of you were hanging out early this morning. What was that, like 8 a.m. for you guys? If you're in India, something like that, or areas of India. Anyhow, let's keep moving here. Go into the Alliance. We're just going to go through the normal reward collection here, and then we'll get into talking about Mephisto and Hellstorm, man. All right? Y'all forgot about Hellstorm. Nice, Tarun. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Nice. All right, let's get some support here. Whoa, before we do, let's fill that. Not like we have any Nornstones. I think I've got like 6 now, something like that. I don't know. Let's see what we need here. Bam, we're short. Nornstones, we're short. I think a lot of people probably already had Mephisto, so should be some Bam floating around for us to request, which would be helpful for us and easy for others to fill, which is really nice. And we're at 1,300 with the Alliance tokens. Sweet. All right, let's check the inbox here. Well, I'm trying to get this habit of hitting the emblems first, then the inbox. Get these rewards, man. Boom, let's go. Nice, we needed the CCF. You love to see it. Then we're gonna go in the inbox. Yes, sir, we are gonna be building Mephisto. What's up, Love Ray? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yes, we will be building Mephisto. We already started. That's why our gold went from 100 million to 48 million since the last time you saw us, if you weren't here this morning or last night, depending on where you are. Or whatever other time, depending on where you are. Ooh, spheres, man. Spheres. You know, oblate spheroids. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I think we just collect all this. We're just going to grab the OB. I could save it for a thumbnail tomorrow. Screw it, man. We're an infinite well of ideas around here. Nothing stops us. So let's just go ahead and grab this. See what we get. 1 stunning orange rune. Rune, not ruin. Those are different things. Hulkbuster. Bro, did we just get like the only character on Earth we could have gotten an actual like anyone else would have been bios except Hulkbuster? Is that real? And we got balance, which is bleh, but that's fine. Doesn't matter, man. We just need, actually, quantity is just really important for us with OBs, so that's kind of a W no matter what. This is interesting, man. It's not really interesting, but it's like funny because I swear we had like 3 characters left to build, so we just hit like, our options were Deadlock, Jessica Jones, Mockingbird J thing, Drax, Craven, and Hulkbuster. So out of all the characters, we hit one of the like 5 characters that we still had to rank up, which is crazy. Less bios, I think, by a little bit, but we save an amount of gold. So kind of nice. Probably not nice or not nice. Probably doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I'll tell you what. Blammo. Some extra crystals. You know we like that. I've actually got, I should have put that in the notes. I should talk about that. Is it too early to be talking about Black Friday? Is it too early? I don't know, man. We'll see. Jump back in the inbox real quick. Get the gift tab. I don't know if you all noticed, but I can grab these. This, hello. Not that it's like amazing or anything. I know tons of people have tons and tons of BAM, but for newer accounts, dude, 10 rank 2 black antimatter, that's no joke. That's nice. So a nice little, that's nice. A little gift with the 7-day check-in is actually what that came from. That just started for us. And I gotta watch these bio selectors and stuff. And a bit tired, you have to forgive me, let me check. Okay, we got 2 days on the nearest expiry. And then we still got that speed book chilling there, haunting us. So we'll have to figure that out. All right, guys, let's talk about Mephisto, man. So let's see. The best place to talk about this is probably looking at his fancy dancy skills, huh? That's probably the way to do this thing. Let's jump in here. Go with our Mephisto. Check out his new mask. Oh, it's Master of Hell. I think I called it Lord of Hell or something like that somewhere else. I don't know, bro. Let's see here. Get us into the skill preview so we can look at these pretty skills. Hey, B and C, what up, dude? And what's up, Icon? What's going on, guys? Ark, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here, everybody. All right, so here's the thing. This guy in Alliance Battle is insane. He does wicked acts, and somebody should stop him. Just kidding, please don't. But it turns out that this guy is an absolute PvE god, and I don't think I'm exaggerating here. I was making jokes with the Nadar back and forth this morning. I was joking about how, oh, there's still questions, you know, about the uniform. When it comes to PvE, there are no questions, dude. This guy is insane. We're talking like possibly taking over no requirements days. Insane. He's crazy. Absolutely cracked. So if you haven't seen his skills yet by now, they are incredible. They look amazing. He's got like a freaking AoE the size of Timbuktu over here. It's absolutely nutty. Look at the AoE on this thing. Huh? Anyhow, so yeah, in Alliance Battle, guys, Alliance Battle Extreme, he's got the 1 day slotted to his typings, right? So he's got, I even wrote it all down here. So Universal Villain is the ABX day, right? And that's the one he shares with Loki currently. Loki can go ahead and sit down for Universal Villain. He done. Mephisto eclipses him in a way that is not even funny, dude. It is funny. Actually, it's funny. We should laugh about it. It's pretty funny. He is very, very strong. He's like capping in these game modes easily. Like in ABX, he's doing really, 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 really well. Every video I've seen on him, he's just been putting up crazy, crazy scores. And in ABL, he is also putting up insane scores. And he covers that Universal Mail day in ABL. So he has both an ABX day and an ABL day that he can cover. But like I said, guys, and we'll have to wait. I'm going to wait, I should say, for what Bob Sarge and some other people like that have to say. I think he might actually take over no requirements. His damage output is absolutely absurd. It is truly insane. So if you're wondering if he's good for PvE, yes, is the answer to that. Yes, 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 a lot of yes. Now, whether or not you want to build a native tier 3 character for Alliance Battle, up to you. I think I would say it's worth it. We'll talk about my plans for Mephisto eventually here, but let's just keep going and talk about his PvE performance. Oh, one more thing. CTP of competition at tier 4 appears to be slapping from what I can tell. It's what up. Yeah, you think well, we'll see. I'll give it time. We'll see, GOAT. We'll see. Maybe the case. But, yeah, because Storm might still outdo him in ABX. But I hear in ABL, he's absolutely a monster. And you're probably going to want the competition from what I'm seeing. But I will say this now with all CTP recommendations. If you're nervous, don't quite know where he's going to land for you, just take your time. You don't need to rush. So don't equip the wrong thing. Because we're not even 24 hours, past this uniform landing. So don't be afraid to take your time. Now, when it comes to PvP, that's a different story. PvP, there's still questions. And the questions are just, what's the value for different levels of accounts, right? And I don't think that you are going to want to build this guy PvP. I think he's just straight up too good in PvE. And so what you're going to get is a lot of people very loudly vocalizing that he's not good for PvP because they don't think people should not build him for PvE. And I think they're correct. I think it would be foolish to build this character for PvP when he tears apart Alliance Battle and World Boss Legend and just every damn thing, dude. The damage is crazy. Watching the numbers roll in Alliance Battle, if you guys haven't watched videos of people running Alliance Battle with Mephisto, you should check it out. Okay, but in the PvP testing I've seen, this guy's no slouch. So I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna give it some days to see where he lands with PvP, because we might be seeing like a Jean Grey scenario all over again. It's not gonna be that strong as far as dominating the PvP meta. It looks like it's gonna be maybe inversed, where he's insane in the PvP meta, but also very, very good in the PvP meta. I have a feeling he's going to fall sort of just below Null and Sentry in some ways. I don't think he's going to be the new timeline battle meta, but he is strong. He can kill Sentry, he can kill Null. I can't speak to the top levels of PvP. I haven't seen any of that testing. Some people have. I have a feeling he's going to do well in Team Battle Arena. I would struggle to see him not filling out a team there. Otherworld Battle, especially with bans, a lot of potential, in my opinion, which is limited, of course, as I always say. But yeah, I don't think saying, I saw a lot of people saying he's bad in PvP. I think that is a gross, like, misrepresentation of how he plays in PvP. I took my Sentry and Null against Joe, one of the people in our chats. Mephisto, tier 4. He had a Mighty Conquest on his tier 4 Mephisto. He had PvE cards with 25% Pierce, no artifact, no upgrades to the uniform, and he killed my Sentry, he killed my Null, he killed them with double supports when he had nothing but Colossus. So to say he's not good in PvP, I get it, like he's not going to be the best. So if you're looking at it in a really like black and white, this is the meta, he's not good here, he's not good here, he's not good here, so he's not good kind of thing. I think people are going to kind of tell you it's not good for PvP, but I just don't see that. From everything I've seen, including Beast Mode, taking him into PvP at level 80, my own testing with Joe last night, he seems to be decent at worst. At worst. So, my advice officially for this uniform is to be patient. If you have any questions about what you're going to do, be patient. I am lucky that I get to be patient no matter what, because I don't have him built all the way right. So for us, we just get to chill. And I'm not going to buy this uniform until Black Friday. It's too expensive. It's not worth 350 crystals to get him a little bit earlier. I just have been like dicing it up in my head. And for my account, it's simply not a good play as far as I'm concerned. We still won't have him built or built to tier 4 for an amount of that time until Black Friday anyways. And so what amount of time am I really looking at benefiting from the uniform? So I will be holding off and waiting to see what the results are as far as PvP goes. And I want to see how he lines up in no requirements days. I want to see if he's just like, excuse me, GOAT, I'm in the middle of something. If you haven't noticed, my special friend, I'm ignoring everybody right now because I'm focusing on the notes that I wrote down and all the information I tried to collect about this uniform, sir. So I'm going to continue to ignore you, but I love you. Anywho, so it gives us the luxury of spending some time waiting to see how he does, because in my experience, people have a lot of opinions right out the gate about characters like this, but sometimes it can take us a couple days to figure out exactly where characters are going to land. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's sort of my wrap up on Mephisto after like 12 hours. It's not much. And my advice is to be patient. People are asking about definitive answers about this guy. The one thing we know definitively is he absolutely cooks in PvE content. Lights it on fire. So there you go, man. That's the ticket. Now I will go back and read chat. What up, Steve Rogers? Thanks for hanging out. What up, Kenneth? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, we did our 10 poll last night. It was so bad, but that's all right. What did we get? We got like 3-star Mysterio, I think is what we got. I am building Mephisto. So we started building Mephisto last night. I'm going to build him up. He's absolutely cracked. It doesn't matter how you slice it, dude. Uniform looks absolutely banger. It's hard to see it not being worth building up, right? It's expensive, so I'm gonna wait for Black Friday. But with PvP being in the state it's in and him doing so well in PvE, dude's gonna find a home on your account. For most people, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's gonna be PvE. I think this guy is gonna be an absolute monster when it comes to ABL. So I think a lot of people are gonna end up going with a CTP of competition on this dude. Initial guess, not gospel. And again, I will reiterate, because this is true, I play on a free-to-play account exclusively. I do not have access to this uniform. I am simply passing on information to you guys that I have collected from a lot of other sources, Nadar, Beast Mode Gaming, Alex, all these people, man. Just looking at what they've done, looking at their testing, looking at their opinions, weighing them against my own, and sort of bringing you guys the aggregate of the information that I can find. Yeah, dude, and he looks like he's fun to play, GOAT. Seriously. Yeah, and dude, I love the skills, man. The way that magma sweeps across the field with his transformation, but it's like not there. And then in PvP, I don't know if you guys have seen it line up yet, but it's about as satisfying as it gets. I've seen it like 3 times now when he takes out like a sentry and is sitting in his chair, putting his thumb down, laughing hysterically while he kills you. It is incredible. So good job, Netmarble, man. Way to cook, dude. Yeah, the hit count is absolutely crazy, Dante. What's up, Dante? What's up, Icon? What's going on, guys? What's up, Arian? How you guys doing, man? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yeah, dude, it looks crazy. It looks absolutely crazy. So super cool, man. Big W for the game. Big W for everybody. Really happy about it. Like I said, yeah, we did pull our 10 pull of artifacts. We got, like, I think seriously, like a 3-star Mysterio. What's up, Aditya? What's going on? What's up, Kirby? So that was that. Turns out, guys, you could get 5- and 6-star artifacts after the update. So I hope some of you saved your artifact pulls. I hope some of you guys got some good artifacts. If you didn't and you pulled early, probably don't sweat it too much. Like I said, I literally got 9 1-star artifacts and a 3-star Mysterio. And I pulled out of the 6-star chest. So, you know, there you go. The CTP selector, I'll go over that one more time really fast since somebody just asked about it. With the CTP selector, it has a 2-day expiry once you take it out of this window. So I am just leaving it right here. And I think INL was the other person who shouted this out yesterday, and it's just so smart that I got to shout it out again. Yeah, this event lasts for like 13 or 14 more days. So you can basically just use that as a way to extend the expiry on the selector, because I'm not positive what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. It may be a competition for Mephisto. Like, I don't know. Because we don't have a lot of access to competitions. My concern with getting a competition for Mephisto out of it would be that how am I going to make a mighty? So my Mephisto, who's like the strongest ABXL character, or, you know, whatever, one of, if not the strongest ABXL characters on my account, is going to be stuck with a regular competition. Because the other option is the Conquest. We have a Conquest in the bags. We can make a mighty, so we have access to a mighty Conquest. However, I'm going to be a really good boy here. And you guys know I like PvP. And I think as much as liking PvP in this game, I like my viability in PvP. I've played this game for a lot of years on and off. And PvP was not in the state that it is in now back in the day. It was very different. And if you were free to play, well, give me one, Wayne. What up, Kimmy? if you were, you know, a scrub, timeline battle was pain, nothing but pain, and that's all there was. So to me, I think I get some sort of gratification just out of being able to participate effectively in PvP, but I'm going to try and not let that bias steer me into building Mephisto for PvP. And I got to be honest with you guys, that's going to be an insanely difficult decision for me. The native revive that he has in his kit is insanely powerful for me for Otherworld Battle and Team Battle Arena. However, we can build Silver Surfer. We have other options. So I have to like take a really analytical, like objective look at what I'm going to do with that, which is going to be really hard. But I'm pretty sure, I'll say it again, I'm pretty sure he's going PvE, man. The scores are just insane. The scores are crazy, dude. They give me a comp, I'll choose another comp. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, because we actually will make it to the CTP box. That is random, but you could get it, I suppose. What up, Mini Simp? I'll tell you what's good. Freaking Mephisto is good. That's what's good. Oh, and Hellstorm. Whew. Almost forgot to talk about Hellstorm. Hellstorm's a character. Hellstorm has moves. Those moves do fire damage. I think his uniform looks cool. There you go. I don't got anything bad to say about that uniform. I'm not going to lie. There was not a lot of ways, like, unless they made him a support, there was not a lot of ways to make him relevant. And all they did was give him cool skills. He does damage. It's an upgrade from a character that was stuck in the dirt. Good to me. I also like the face model. I've said that several times, but there you go. And has Trident, which is key. Okay, I'm not going to get into any spoilers here. I still don't know what's going on with the, like, ooh. I get nervous about copyright stuff, man. I'm really brand new to this whole thing, so I don't know. But people be reacting to stuff all the time. I just don't know if they have monetization turned on. Anyways, if you guys have not seen the Marvel Zombies trailer that dropped, yeah, I'd check that out. If you want. If you're like sensitive to spoilers, you don't want to see that, you don't want to see the trailer, you don't need to look at it. But it looks like we might have some really interesting stuff coming our way. Yeah, another CTB conversion event would be super nice, Wayne. Seriously. I'm waiting for Black Friday mini simp for like everything here on out. I already started planning my Black Friday purchases because I'm a crazy person. And I think we're going to do a solid 11 pulls on premium cards. So that means we need 4,455. Is that right? Crystals for 11 P card pulls. Am I remembering that correctly? I think that's right. Because it's like 405 or something like that when they're on discount on Black Friday. I don't know. I'm bad at this kind of stuff. I'm bad at the shop, man. I don't. Wow, you guys are lucky I was here to carry you. Thanks for the carry, bro. Antonio with 80, my big old 2%. Can you tell I was paying attention? A true carry. Thank you, Antonio. It's like slung me over your shoulders like, all right, let's go, Gray. Let's go. Come on. Come on, quit yapping. Let's do another one, man. For the pity. It's on the pity's on the 11. Oh no, we don't have to. Not with cards. I'm bad at the shop, so you got to bear with me. I know. The card shop's different. We get the tokens. So we'll go. I just want to make sure we hit a pity. Yeah, that's my bad. It's not the same pity. It's different. It's you actually get the tokens based on purchases. It's not the same. It's not like CTPs where you have to do 11 pulls to get a guaranteed CTP. With the cards, it's like, yeah, you get 60 of the tokens, so 10. Thank you. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know that we'll need to go to 10. We'll see. It'll be interesting because we'll be able to say like, okay, we have 200 tokens. We could just do, you know, blank. 4,050. Is it 4,050? Yeah, because it's for 10. I was thinking for 11, goat. But yeah, so anyways, I'm looking at doing a 10 pull of cards. Not one 10 pull, like 10 pulls of cards for Black Friday. Because, yeah, cards are brutal. And it'll give us an opportunity to potentially, we'll get at least one P card, right? But potentially get more than one premium card, which could be huge for the account. And as much as I hate to do it, I think we just got to jump in and do that. So all of that to say, that's already 4,000 crystals that are spoken for Black Friday. And then we're going to be picking up Mephisto's uniform, so that's another like 1,700 and something, or whatever it ends up being on Black Friday. Look, cheaper, 325 crystals cheaper than it is now. And then several other uniforms that we want to pick up. And then now we're wiped for any epic quest or anything like that. So we may just do a couple pulls on P cards and see if we get like a card or two, and then like dip if we get good luck. We'll see. But point being, like I said, I'm gonna need to save a ton of crystals, so I'm not trying to buy any more uniforms now. I'm close enough to Black Friday that I'm pretty much gonna lock down and save all our crystals. I mean, I will say I would have rather have gotten Mephisto. No, actually, I don't know. 325 crystals for a free-to-play player. I said this, you know, before. I'll say it again, I'm sure. Is nothing to scoff at. That's nothing to sneeze at, man. 375 crystals. It's a good amount. Hey, nice, BNC. That'd be great, dude. Let me know. Make sure you DM me in Discord and stuff, too. Like, light me up. Let me know. Love that. I don't know about the art book cards. Yeah, Goat replied to you there. I don't have a lot of knowledge about that. I'm like pretty dumb when it comes to the shop because I play free to play, baby, which means I barely ever even go in there. In fact, lately they've kind of been baiting us in there. I feel awkward. When will I buy Adam Warlock? Probably when he gets another uniform. Genuinely is the answer. His next upgrade, because by the time I bought him, build him, all that, he'll probably be pretty well dropped out of the meta. Yeah, probably not great. Probably not great. There aren't too many more like viable PvP characters that can come out, I feel like, before he just kind of gets shoved down by default. It's already happening. Mephisto is gonna, this is what I mean about be patient. We'll see. We don't have to be patient for the PvE scores, and that's what I want to be clear about. That like most people are going to build this dude for PvE, and I think that's a smart choice. Oh, and that's what the last thing I forgot to say. Sorry, a lot of words this morning. Not sorry. I talk a lot. That's part of this thing. Building him PvE, I'll probably still get PvP juice out of him because I need the native revive, so he'll just work for me for stalling. I'll tell you what. I will show you what. Better than tell you what. I will show you what. Any team with Mephisto on it is better than this. Anything. And granted, I don't need to be using this. I could be using like I don't know. Actually, no. Is Widow banned? Yeah. Oh, wow. So yeah, no, I couldn't. This is kind of what I'm running. Wow. Because of one ban on Black Widow, this is what I'm running. So point being that even Mephisto with a competition built up for Volstagg better. Definitely, right? Volstagg, you guys know I love Volstagg and Malekith. That's why I've got a team that's literally useless, but it's got Malekith and Volstagg on it. Full support team, across the gamut. But no, even Mephisto with a competition is going to do better in here than this team. For sure. So for a free-to-play like me, the route is probably to build him for PvE, and I'm still going to get benefit out of him for PvP. That is probably how that's going to go down. He'll probably end up on my Otherworld battle team as well. My Wolverine does not do a lot. I think even with a competition, Mephisto might be better here. Which is crazy to say, but I think it's true. What up, young man? How you doing, Ramon? Thanks for coming and hanging out. I always say wait for discounts, Mini-Simp. So unless you've got the discount right now, I would definitely wait and save the crystals. But yeah, is there a discount running right now? I can't remember which one it is. World Boss Unlock. Artifact Unequip. No, sir. It was running. I think it just ended, actually. I think it just ended. So, yeah, I would wait. Because the increase in cost is pretty substantial. It's no joke. Anyhow. All right, let's see here. What else do we got going on? Oh, yeah, we can, like, let's build Mephisto. So we get our tokens here, 20 Guardians of the Galaxy, and hopefully that gets us enough here to, yes sir, finish that challenge in the thing by upgrading 2 of these. The thing, that is the correct term. Nice. Did you go ahead? Perfect, Wayne. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think I just sounded off yes. Whatever you guys decide is fine for me. Awesome, Wayne. That's great. Thank you for doing that, dude, by the way. Nice. Yeah, and feel free to shout it out if you got room or whatever. Appreciate you guys doing that, man. Active Alliance are everything, man. What up, Pipes? What's going on, dude? Hope you're doing well, my friend. All right, let's see here. I'm going to put my broken paw up in the air, which is getting much better, by the way. I can almost get my arm up like all the way comfortably, which is nice. Ready? Here we go. This one, what are we at now? Are we almost getting, 70%? Let's go. Ah, let's go. Come on, man. Easy game. Easy game. Next. We got one more here. 80%. Hiya! Ah, let's go. Can't be stopped, dude. We cannot be stopped. Our collections are far too teamed up. Nobody could break us apart. Simply too strong. Simply too strong. So there we go. We got our little upgrade here. Dunsters. Now we need some CCF, man. We went broke. We busted the gang. Or busted the bank. The gang. Busted the bank. Mephisto done robbed us. So we got hung up on CCF. So let's go get some. You know I'm after that first potential too, so I think that might be enough actually right there. Not sure exactly how many we need. No, not quite there, but we're close, man. We're really close. Where else can I get some CCF without being negligent and irresponsible? Right here? Uh-huh. We can get it right here. We got plenty to still cheer with our 5,000 tokens. So I can go ahead and spend it on this instead of bios. Which is probably a little irresponsible because I could save it for bios, but shh, don't tell me what to do. There we go. So. Rules are made to be broken. Just kidding. That's a really dumb saying, in my humble opinion. All right, there we go. We need the second... Yeah. The second. Rank 6. Cosmic Cube Fragment. There we go. Now we can rank up our Mephisto to 6 stars. Oh, man. Look out, dude. Yeah, I know, right? Coming at you with another native tier 3. Boop, boop, Tutorton. We don't stop for nobody, man. We don't stop. Oh, wait, we stopped for Titans Records. Turns out we stopped for Titans Records. So... yeah, this is where it gets steep, man, this last one. Nice. Wow. We could use this rank 5 if we really felt like it. It's like... No, because the gold. It doesn't make sense. It's like a waste of gold. Because you spent gold to rank this up. If I use it, I'm just going to have to spend gold to rank it up again when I need a rank 5. So don't do that. That would be dumb. But I do need, I think, the rank 2s that we just got, which is crazy, bro. Crazy. But there we go. Yeah, we don't want to use bios. We're going to save our bios for other people. God, that really cleans us out on black antimatter, though. But that's okay. We're going to go get more. We're going to go get more. I know where to find some. Okay, get our crystals, man. So much crystals. Is there more in there? Crystals? Your crystals in there? Let's go. 6,340. How high are we going to get? That's the question. How many crystals are we going to have for Black Friday? Because we're pretty much locking in now to save crystals. We'll see how far we can push it. We need blast books, man. Let's go run Black Dwarf. Let's go. We got a lot of practice. We got him up to stage 10 or whatever. We're good to go. What do these cost? Yeah, $1 million per. And then like... Yep, all the BAM that we're not going to have for 1 million years. So, no worries, man. This build's going to take a while. We knew that going in. That's part of why I started it now. The potential unlocks are brutal. Can we get him in there without the mastery? Is a good question that I don't know the answer to. Well, we can't get him in there. Oh, we could get him as a striker. Doesn't really matter. It's all the same. What's up, Hachi? Yeah, you can't get him in here until he's got the mastery, huh? Yeah. That's what I would suspect. Ooh, you buggers making me wait. God, we got too many strikers. Yeah. They're gonna make us wait. So, sure. Let's just go ahead and bust these out. This is stage 1. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna just bust these out. Pretty boring. We'll just do at least 3 Thanos and, cause I know it's gonna take us that long to build him. Are you kidding me? It's literally gonna take till Black Friday to build the dude. And then, like, we gotta think about tier 4 mats, so I'll probably go Ghost Rider and then hard save so that we have enough for the native tier 2, tier 4, and then get Mephisto tier 4 as soon as possible. We'll get Black Antimatter fast. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, we're gonna... That's because it's gonna take a while, so we don't have to crunch on it, so that when new things come out here, inevitably we'll already be, like, partially through this build. I gotta focus up. I don't gotta focus up, but I probably should. Do, like, some semblance of a rotation here. And for fun. Because it's what's hot right now. Whoa! Because we may not be able to build the uniforms, but we can build the characters. It's the free-to-play way. Yeah, genuinely, it's gonna take us till almost Black Friday just to build him to, like, level 80. We're pretty tapped on a lot of resources. I got a 3-star Mysterio artifact, I believe, out of my 10 pull. It was wretched. That's hard to answer, Aditya. Who's the unlock? Who's the tier 4 for that stage? I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, is it like the time trial or the character that you have to build? What's the mystique? Ew. Ew. Nice. Grats, Kimmy. Nice pulls. Okay. Yeah, big W. Right. Speaking of Storm. Sure. Yeah. I'll probably get it on Black Friday, Llamas. What's up, Llamas? What's going on, dude? We'll get on Black Friday. Because if it's going to take a long time to build him. And then, yeah, you save another 325 crystals if you wait till Black Friday. And for a free-to-play, that is the way to go. Saving crystals. Yeah, we're gonna have to really save because we're gonna have some spice coming our way here, guys. We're gonna have some heat coming. Also, I do want to, like, put in people's minds that we may get an upgrade to Loki. So it's just something to keep in mind. I don't think you need to adjust anything for it because, like, you know, Mephisto's cooking right now. You can put whatever on him and then adjust in the future if we need to. But we might get like a seasonal uniform for Loki or something crazy like that. That would just bring him right back into the meta potentially. But we'll see because we're talking about characters now that are starting to cap. Like, they're going to get pressure to make the ABXL changes here pretty soon. These characters are just going to be capping things out. Mephisto's setting like a new precedent for ABXL, just blowing stuff up. Coming right out the gate, just nuking scores. I'm not banking on that, but I'm kind of hoping for it. It'd be really cool if they gave Loki God of Stories. Everybody wanted it. Nobody got it. It'd be sweet. I don't know what they'll do. But yeah, that Zombies trailer, bros. If you haven't seen that Marvel Zombies trailer, woo, man. Note the release date. Note the release date. No, Hulk, what are you doing up there? You're right there in the middle. Hulkster. I bought Storm Uni today, and she's doing way less damage than my Strange, like 10 bars per rotation. What could be wrong? I don't know, CSE. It's hard to say without seeing the characters, like how their builds stack up against each other. CTPs they have, stuff like that. Yeah, Ark. I don't know. Some of you guys were there last night. We watched that, and I was like, shoot, I should have gone and got Chrissy. She should have watched that with us. Right after the stream, I went out there. We put it on the big screen, and we watched it, dude. She's so excited. It looks good. That trailer was epic, man. Epic. I'm a metal music enjoyer and a drum enjoyer, so a little extra flavor for me in that one. It was nice. Just mini rage with max crit. And then are they both running that then? All right, paying attention, sorry. Ah. Interesting. Are they both like what level are they? Are they both level 80, tier 4, tier 3? What's up, McFarty? How you doing, bro? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Cyril? I don't know if I said what's up yet. Yeah, dudes, I got so many hopes for that. I don't really want to I think we're all gonna end up talking about it anyways. I don't think there's hiding the, trying to keep the spoilers down, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just the trailer. But wow, that was ouchie, whatever that was. Here, let's Sentry get in there, bro. Show them how it's done. Something like that. It's like 4-5-3. That's what Goat said. 4-5-3. But you know what works really well with Sentry? Just pushing his buttons. Just hit his buttons, and then he runs around. And yeah, look at this. I'm pretty sure that's the PvE rotation for Sentry. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It is for me. That's the PvE rotation for me. It goes just like this. Watch this. And the 4, and then we do the 2, 1. A little bit of 3 with the tier 4. Sure, dude. And then a 5, 4, 6. Why not? 2. Sure. 3. 3s are nice. We'll do a 3. A little co-op skill. Maybe a 5. Tier 4. Hit the 2. Sure. Another 4. Maybe a little 3. Some happy little 3s. Happy little 2s. And yeah, that's pretty much how he works. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch would be crazy. There we go. All right, what you got for us, Thanos? You got any life seed in the bag? You got any life seed in there? Nah, okay. That's all right. We already robbed him of all his life seeds. Oh, yeah, Ghost Rider's pretty spicy, man. Yeah, top 3 is kind of a hot take. I would say top 5 is pretty spicy. Well, we're going to get in this weird space where we're going to have to start saying top 10, guys, because it's getting... When you look at the characters, man, and you start... I feel like the one who's slipping the most right now is probably Thanos. I'm not an expert. I say that often. It's true. Like, I'm not a PvP expert, man. I don't know, but to me, like, Thanos is starting to feel like someone I can clap. Nice. I'll say, man, I got to give things more than 12 hours, but that's crazy, Goat. That's crazy. Because a lot of people see things that are, like, it would kind of be like me going and, like, I'm not saying this is the same. That may be true across the board. I don't know. But, like, if I did that testing we did last night and then I went around telling everybody that Mephisto is so good for PvP. He kills Null, he kills Sentry. We set it up and he beat up Null, he beat up Sentry, he beat them up with double supports, and I just advertised it that way. It would be so disingenuous to what's actually going on with this uniform. So give it time with the PvP thing. He's not, I don't think he's gonna be #1, but I think he's gonna find his place, you know what I mean? And as we get more and more PvP characters, it's gonna seriously be like top 10. The top 3 discussion is gonna be really, really tight. He may, I don't know. So who holds the 3? Let's go, dudes. Let's go. If we know what #1 is, and we know what #2 is, who's #3? And I think this is a fair, yeah, I think that's right. And then and that's tough. Who's the other option? My experience doesn't matter as much. I feel like it's kind of like a 3-way tie for this last spot. Or like a 4-way tie. So we'll just do this in case that's your opinion. There you go. Let me know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? If we know who's #1 and #2, Null and Sentry, who's #3? Is it Mephisto now? Is it Silver Surfer? Is it Ghost Rider? Because when you look at the options, what is Thanos? No, it's not Thanos. Is it Magic? So I was looking at like Magic, Carnage, Wolverine. Who am I missing? Adam Warlock? I would say Adam Warlock probably is who I should, well, no. Adam's situational, so it's kind of like you get into a really even playing field, I feel like, with Carnage with the right build, Magic with the right build, Wolverine, and Adam Warlock. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, Deadpool's good with an artifact now that I see Goat talking. For real, though. Like, I don't think he's #3. Just saying. Sorry, Goat. But, you know, he's in the conversation. Not for the #3 spot, maybe, but he's one of those people that's like, you know, really, really good, so... Deadpool's 3rd, says Icon. I love it. Just bam. Just leave that on the table. Do with it what you will. Confirmed, says Goat. Confirmed. I know says Sentry, Null, Mephisto, Surfer, Wolverine, Carnage, Adam, Ghost Rider, Shala. You don't think Magic over Shala, Ball, and Apocalypse? My goodness. I think we forgot about Magic. I think Magic goes right there after, like, maybe Ghost Rider. Right? Because she cleans stuff up, man. But good, I think that's about what I think I know. Whatever I know, you know what I mean? Wolverine's struggling a little bit, even with like, is my understanding. He's starting to feel the pain, starting to feel the squeeze, you know what I mean? From some of these other high-tier PvP characters that are coming out. Making problems for my boy. What's up, Niaz? What's going on, dude? Thanks for coming and chilling with us. Yeah. Let's take Ghost Rider. That's always fun, man, when we get a chance. Why not? Dude, I cannot tell you how much I don't care. We'll take Deadpool. Really? That'd be a tough argument to say that Adam Warlock is 3rd easy. Really? Over Silver Surfer? Easy? Over Mephisto easy? I don't know, man. Yo, what up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Thanks for being here. Anyways, oops, no, Shelob. We need you. I forgot. We need your spider powers. We're just kind of riffing about who's #3 now. If Nulls and Sentry are #2 and #1, then who's the #3 in PvP? Just like casually having a conversation about it, I suppose. And it looks like I should have put Adam Warlock in there. I'm not gonna lie. Adam Warlock should have probably locked in that 4th place where I put other. I just kind of had a brain fart and forgot about the dude for a sec. But yeah, he's really strong. It's true. Fair enough. I think it's going to be close between the three. That's my guess, but again, I'm no expert. I do consider lower tiers of PvP. I think a lot of people, and rightfully so, are thinking just about like max build accounts, but things are kind of different in the dog leagues, man. Down in the mid tiers, things can be kind of different. Not much different in my experience, but they can be, right? Nice, bros. Let's go. Two blast books coming at ya. Yeah, I would say, well, I don't know. I don't have like a... So I guess to be fair, you'd be talking about Adam Warlock with a 6-star artifact. You got to make sure you're talking about Ghost Rider with a 6-star artifact PvP build. And that may still be true, that Adam Warlock comes out on top. However, see, let me throw this in the wrench if you thought you'd made up your mind. Or let me throw this wrench, excuse me, at you if you thought you'd made up your mind. Consider cost. When you consider cost, Adam Warlock starts to look like an a-hole. Just saying. He's really, really good, but he's really, really expensive. And when you look at Ghost Rider, you do need his artifact. So there is that, which I would say is the same kind of scale tilting stuff, you know what I mean? But he's very cheap. So, you know, and the same goes for Mephisto, though. If he's not as good in PvP, like he's good, but he's not, you know what I mean? Like he's on par with like Magic and Carnage. Magic and Carnage are significantly cheaper to both build and to get their uniforms for. So, you know, I kind of take that into perspective when I'm thinking about these things. It's hard to do. And again, it's not really relevant at the top tiers of PvP. And so, you know, I think it's really fair for people to be thinking about things from that perspective as well and saying, no, Mephisto is not top meta because with max builds and the proper teams, this is the setup that does best. But that's not always the same all the way down. Shoot, in Otherworld Battle, in lower tiers, people don't even run debuff removal. They just stack Immortality and Revive. That's it. That's the strategy. So, you know, it can vary depending on where you're at. Magic and Carnage these days, they're not technically free to play, but they're also not the hardest characters in the game to acquire. I've probably gotten, I don't know, dudes, like 60 or 70 Magic bios since we started. They do take a Mega Tier 2 ticket. I'll give you that. They take the Mega Tier 2 ticket, and that's what matters. You can acquire them, but yeah, you do have to use a Mega Tier 2 ticket, which is expensive, which is a really good point. Really good point, noob. Interesting. Yeah, I'd have to have, you know, a piece of parchment and an inkwell in order to write all this down to really compare it. But we're all just kind of riffing and having fun anyways, man. So let's end this poll. These are serious results here. So Mephisto's clearly the best in the game. No, I'm kidding, but interesting, Silver Surfer and Mephisto. So we dock points from Mephisto because he's brand new and everybody wants the new spicy thing. So we take away 8% because that's, you know, that's what's written in the book. You subtract 8%. Everybody knows that, right? So we take away 8% and it turns out it's an exact tie between Mephisto and Silver Surfer at 30%. Interesting. That's how you keep things fair and balanced. You know what I mean? You got to follow the rules. You got to keep it consistent. You get consistent results. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that on Dario where, you know, characters need specific things. Like even with Ghost Rider, just getting his artifact can prove to be a problem. So for a lot of these characters. And then like for a character like Mephisto, in a way, that adds a lot of value. I don't want to have to reiterate that every time about how good he is in PvE, but it adds a lot of value to me as a free-to-play player that his Revive is in his kit. So his artifact is optional. So really, it's funny, the value of these characters really starts to make sense, and it's kind of weird, and I don't like that. Why, Netmarble making sense? No. No worries. What up, Frosty? Happy birthday to your sister, man. Thanks for being here. What up, Dean? How you doing, man? He looked decent with a Conquest. I haven't seen any Beast mode tested him at 80 with a Conquest and a Authority. The Authority did not look good. The Conquest looked much better. We tested last night against the Conquest, and it seemed reasonably strong. I haven't seen any testing with Agreed. None. I think everybody thought he just didn't have damage reduction for some reason. So they went with damage reduction CTPs, which makes sense. Agreed might be terrible. I don't know, but I haven't seen any testing with it, and he does have damage reduction. So I don't know, where was it? He's got like 40% or something like that. Yeah. He's got 40% damage reduction, which may not, you know, compare to other characters, but he does have some native damage reduction. Plus, he's also got some on his uniform for stacking a different way. Anyhow, all right, man. That's our World Boss Legends. Good to go. Let's just get an ABXL, man. Let's just keep rolling. Let's do it. Let's get in here and wish we had Mephisto. No, I'm just kidding. Kinda. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We do get to use Mephisto. Gotcha. Yeah, good to know. I'd still like to see it. I imagine that's the case, and that's why people are using... well, I don't know. I just would like to see greed testing. I don't know that it's going to... Like I said, it might be ass. And that, by the way, if anyone's wondering what Goat just said, is where the problem kind of occurs for characters with greeds. The greed is spiky and nice damage, right? But it doesn't offer a lot of protection. So when characters take heavy hits like that, if they just get trounced, it doesn't matter how much damage they do if they can't attack. That's basically what it boils down to. Seriously, dude, if we had gotten penetration on Juggernaut, we might have been looking at like... this update cycle was good. God, if they had just landed the game mode, this would have been update of the year easily, this update cycle. If they had... gave us like the ABXL changes, or were able to give us any kind of like solid game mode rework or something like that with this update. Just the ranked tournament thing was so stinky. This is my tribute to Mephisto and ABXL here. Oh yeah, dude. This character is sick, man. I imagine enjoyers of the original Mephisto are very happy to see him return. Hey, Joe! Thanks so much for the membership, brother. Really appreciate that, man. And another shout out to you for helping us out yesterday. Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, and the road's totally different here because the transformation skill was in a different place and stuff. Like, this whole thing is different. Dude, yeah, my Wolverine's getting beat up. I'm not gonna... Poor guy, dude. Like, I feel like he needs a uniform that's just all bandages. He's getting his ass kicked, man. Granted, I do not have a good build on my Wolverine at all. He's not even tier 4. He's level 80. So, I shouldn't be talking smack because the dude is one of my only level 80s left in my teams that is trying to actually fight tier 4s. Yo, what up, Victor? How you doing, bro? You seen this thing? Have you heard about this thing, Vic? You seen this? You heard about this? I mean, I don't have it. This is the base uni. But, man. Hiya! That is a very Victor thing to do, I feel like. What's up, Raj? How you doing, bro? Oh! All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, you want a striker? Greedy. Just flat out greedy. She has paralysis all over her skills, so I think... Dude, who is our highest damage striker? Probably Storm. I really think she is our highest damage striker. Ghost Rider would be, but he's not built. He's not tier 4. He's not, you know, built very well. He's got an obelisk, so he doesn't hit super hard. And we tried using him, and it just does not seem to do... Oh my god, it hits hard, man. He just needs a better build, and he needs to be tier 4. I don't think he can compete with the damage from Storm. Yeah, exactly. Tier 4 Sentry then goes to the gym. That's it right there. That's the move. All right, let's do this thing, man. Yeah, we take Mac for the extra bonus co-op. All right, Gwenny P. Gwenny P. That knockback hurt. Put us at, like, past the timer for the buff. That's what we want. See, and then the buff's still got 2, 1, and then the buff expires right after the tier 3 skill. There, I probably popped it a little too early, which is fine. See if we can get back into this quick. Oh, and then I should have waited. That was another mistake. Should have waited on the tier 4. Let the tier 3 play out, and then done it. My bad. I'm still trying to, like, monitor my own gameplay with Gwenny P. Get it better, man. Do better. Gots to do better. Did the exact same thing, I think, there. I still had the buff going. I could have let it ride and then used the tier 4. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. We've lost all control. Reset this thing. Let's reset this business. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Come on, 13 mil. No, we're so close. Dang. I'm pretty sure that would have been a, like, record for us. Let me see. Not like for ABXL, but for Gwenny P and ABX. A struggle with her I always had. Let's see. Move on to Legend here. I think we get to use Hulk, and I am a Hulk enjoyer these days. I will say. I am a Hulk enjoyer. What was the exact setup here? Yeah, Speed Villain Paralyze. Speed Villain Paralyze. Trying to keep these updated so I can keep working on my scores here. We had nothing recorded, and it was a massive improvement over our other seasons. Massive improvement. What was that? Well over 1 million points better. The highest recorded score I had was 11.8, so just 1.1 million more than we'd gotten before. Crazy. Weird. All right, 12.9. I don't know what I did there, and I caught myself with like several improvements, so I should be hitting 13 mil in ABX with Gwenpool. I am gonna write down the team here real quick. Sorry, apologies. I did not have anything recorded here, like I said. Green Goblin, we ran Mac. And Gwenny P. All right, there we go. Let's do some ABL. Hey, give me back my OBS. All right, let's go. This is sus. What the hell is going on here? What is going on here? This is what we're using? Damn. Good luck, Victor. I'm giving it, I got like 2 months, man. So I'm good. 2.5 months till I got to worry about having him built up. We do not want Strange, I don't think, for our striker here. We've got Shock, so we're going to go ahead and switch it over to Storm. I'm pretty sure. You know what? That may have been part of it, was just using Storm as a striker for Gwenpool and using the striker skill more, like, I finally started to see in my head, like, a pacing for it where I think when you're really good at it, you're going to use the tier 4 every time it's up and it should work out. But the way I play, I have to, like, stall the tier 4 just a few seconds before you bust it before the rotation, well before, and then it covers the whole thing, and then like the tier 3 skill lands just on the end of the tier 4, and then you can use another tier 4 skill right afterwards, and like literally get in an extra tier 4 skill that I'm not getting. And I have a feeling that would make a huge difference in my score. Yeah, we're running Abomination, I guess, for the crit rate and dodge, because I don't know that, well, and the co-op, because we don't get a co-op, I think, with almost anyone else. We could look, but yeah, I already did. I think that's why we had this like this. All right, let's rock and roll, man. Here we go. The Hulkster. I should start looking at the time to beat, or the score to beat beforehand, or maybe not, because then I'll be resetting trying to beat it. Ugh. Oh, that ain't a good start. Good, let's go. Let me look at the score. Let's see here. What did we get last time? And did I get the cancel all set up? I think so. I think so. Dude, I'll reset this one more time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to set up a bunch of stuff on my other monitor here. I apologize. Just getting it all lined up. That was blinding me out of my left field of vision. Much better. All right, let's go. Out of order, already losing score. Did it again, man. Hold on. Wow, yeah, we can be kind of sloppy with all that because we got a lot of cancel going on. All right. Lock that in. Nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. This ain't happening. Quick restart. My bad, guys. I apologize. I gotta restart the app really quick. We're getting like mega frame rate nonsense. That's like gonna crash. That was getting so bad. Just going to go ahead and restart Marvel Future Fight here real quick. Watch your eyeballs. Incoming. Oh, net marble, no! Oh, hey, I forgot about Black Knight. Wait. Isn't this the day? What happened? The game crashed? What happened? Did we break it? You probably go PvE, Victor. You probably go PvE. Because the only way you're going to get... There is no hybrid solution. So you're either going to go PvE because you don't need him in PvP, or you're going to be like me and you're going to go PvE because you need him in PvE, and then you're just going to use him in PvP the way he is with the PvE build. And that's probably the route I end up going. I build him for PvE and then just use him in my teams because he's still going to be better than my other options. Yo, dude. Bros, let's go cook. Thanks, Goat, or whoever said this first. I totally freaking forgot. Massive upgrade right there. Massive upgrade. Where's our little thingy? Right here, right? Yeah. Get an extra like 40% HP. Brrr. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I've heard that. I do get put off by apps that try to install a bunch of like piratey software on my computer. I do not like that. And there's a lot of like mixed opinions about some of these other emulators. God dang, I did it again. So used to my character not starting in the lead spot in ABL. PvP just means player versus player, so it's going to be all the modes, Eli, where like you're fighting against other players. So timeline battle, otherworld battle, team battle arena, anywhere you're fighting other players' characters. And then PvE stands for player versus environment, is actually what it stands for, in case anyone was wondering. Some people think it's player versus enemy. I'm pretty sure it's player versus environment. And it just means versus like regular monsters in the game, bosses, monsters that are not player controlled. This is the slowest rotation ever, but I'm working on something in my brain. You can't stop me. There, screwed up again. That's okay. There it is. Wait for it. Go, go. I don't know what happened with the range there, but I think we kind of recovered a little bit. Did not go very well. Oh, we're gonna be close. We're gonna be close. No shot! No shot! Waking up the wife! Dang, that's good for us, guys. That's a good score for us. That's a really good score for us. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. It felt good. Let's go look. Let's go find out. Let's see here. 9.1. And what, this is combat male, right? Yeah, no, combat human male. Yeah. Combat human male. Not combat villain. Combat human male day. Bro, Went from 8.3 to 9.1. And that's going to be that support. That's going to be Black Knight. In fact, I'm pretty sure 9.1 million is up there with some of our better scores. Storm, no restriction. I think 9.6 is our record as of right now for ABL. So not bad, Hulk. Not bad, bro. Way to represent the uglies. Get this in here. Get in there, 9.1 mil. Don't you sass me. And that was with Hulk. Mr. Black Knight himself. And who's our other support? M'Baku. That's it. Baki. All right. There we go. Wow. All righty. Big old score increases. Okay, let's see here. A little more to get to today, including a couple account checks if we want to do that. We can jump in there in just a moment. Grab this last bit of our pass XP here. I am going to jump in, grab these one more time just so I don't forget. No energy. Swing and a miss. Nothing good in here. I'm actually going to hold off on the refresh just because I don't have a lot of tokens. Maybe I can get a couple more and then use my free refresh at a more opportune time. And then let's see here. We are going to want to dump some energy. So let's jump into dimension missions right quick and see if we can't get some bios. I was too lazy to make a sneak peek, but we did get some bios. I cannot remember who we got. Who was it? Sunbird? Yeah, we got Sunbird. We got some Sunbird bios, I believe. Nice. We don't want Dakin, so get out of here. We don't have Ghost, but go fish. I can get something better than that. I mean, maybe not, so. There we go. Stopping. Hey, did you guys see that one video? Remember that one time? Yeah. So let's see if we can't get our hands on Namor. Let's see if we can't just get our hands on some Namor bios. Today. Maybe later. Not right now. All right, grab some gold. Let's grab some gear up kits while we're here. Never hurts and we always need them. There we go. All righty. I want to spend down a little more energy, so we'll do our Converging Fates. Just like so. We'll see, Wayne. I'm not sure how it's going to line up. We're at a mid-month right now, so it doesn't really line up right for that to be the case. I don't know how that would line up. If they did a second mid-month, I think it would line up, but I'm not hoping for that. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. No worry, Frost. No worries. I just saw it. I did put a bunch of team suggestions in that new dispatch video, though. If you haven't watched that, there's a whole bunch of teams on a slide in there, and I'm going to tell you one of those teams. I guarantee it. But basically, any combination of like Doctor Strange lead or Dr. Voodoo lead with his new uniform. Storm is good. Thor is good. Null is good. You can use like a triple DPS team if you have things like Seasonal Rogue and Thor with his artifact. There's a couple other teams like that, but I don't think that's where you're at. So it's probably going to be a team that's more like Doctor Strange lead with Thor and Null, or Doctor Strange with Thor and then manually pilot Loki, something like that at 13-1. That's my guess. What's up, Master Rushi? Ghost Rider, maybe if you're manually piloting him, maybe to do enough damage, depending on his build, if that's what you're talking about with Dispatch, but he's very slow. Very slow. Yeah, you're going to want to use like Strange in the lead, Hulk, and then another damage dealer. Tier 2 Voodoo's got the uniform. He could work, but you're going to want to rank it. He has to be higher in Tier 2. He can't hit anything at Tier 2. So he's only providing whatever buffs he's hitting. He's not doing, or whatever buffs he's bringing. He's not bringing any damage at Tier 2. Because he can't hit anything. He'll just literally get dodged for eternity. All right, man. There we go. We got our energy spent down. Looking good. Looking good. I'm not going to get too crazy with building anything in here. Excuse me. Because we are obviously putting a lot of resources into... Oh, What the heck? We got 2 blast books? Huh? What do you know? What up, Z Fandom? What's going on, dude? Yeah, I'm excited for the future. Let me just say that. I'm excited for the future. Yeah, Doctor Strange, Thor, and Valkyrie is a good team for the support. You get the extra ignore dodge. That's a good one, Wayne. For sure. You always try that. All right. Yeah, old and rigged for sure. What the hell even happened there? Are you... Why? Why would I not build Mephisto, man? What are you guys talking about? What did you think I was saving 100,000 gold for? 100 million gold for? For this gentleman. Of course. All right, now we only got to wait 10 million years for, you know, Black Antimatter. Because this is it. This is what we're doing until Black Friday, man. Like, you know, we'll see what other uniforms come, but because he's a great character, man. So, 1 day each of ABX and ABL, potentially taking over, no requirements, depending on your builds, obviously, in your account. Also has PvP viability, even with a PvE build. He is going to benefit accounts like mine in PvP. That's sort of the realization I came to, is that, like, even if I build this guy full PvE, he's still going to be a unit for me in PvP. That's just the way it is. Just because of the revive, because he has ignore iframes. No, he'll get beat up. Yeah, he'll die. He's not going to be working for me in timeline battle. But for a TBA team, did you see what I was running, man? I know we got to keep Volstagg, but we could replace the other people in the team. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Oh, thanks, honey. What time are you leaving this morning? Okay. All righty. Okay, so there we go. There's a good start. I'm not going to start working in on the gears just yet. We'll get a little more BAM. I don't want to, like, run it down to 0. You know, stuff like that. Probably. What kind of supports do you have for Null, Pokemaster? Do you have like Agent Venom and his artifact and stuff like that? Or do you just have base Null? Because Sentry is really good. But you already have uniforms. You go with what you got. You know what I mean? Ah. Flashbang. We get more Team Up Collection tokens. Oh. All right. Sorry. Bright lights, big city. Grab all of these. All the sneeze. It's the bee's knees. There we go. All done. So now we're good. Nice. Yes, yes, more yes. Screw Team Up Collection tokens. Give me Tier 4 materials. I'm just kidding. This is just a little bit more exciting. We're going to get another week of Tier 4 material bundles, which I'm pretty stoked about. That is people with built accounts talking, because I can tell you right now that for certain accounts, there are characters that are good with a PvE build in PvP. Just depends on what you mean by good, man. You got to remember what you don't. People don't even, it's not that they don't remember, they never even knew, some of them. But like, dude, you got to remember what it's like going into these modes with like level 80s. Maybe you have Sentry tier 4, you don't have Null tier 4. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have Magic built, you have Wolverine, but he's got a 3-star artifact, and you're going to tell me that Mephisto's not going to fit in here? It's just not like that for people with accounts that aren't fully built. Yes, with a fully built account, he is not going to stand side by side with any other PvP character with a PvP build. But when you're like in the middle and you're just working with what you have, it's a completely different story. So like your definition of what works in PvP, I think is a little bit different, if that makes sense. Anyhow, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this part. But we'll do some account help here really quick for a couple of you. Not going to do a ton today, maybe 2, something like that. So if you guys have an account you want looked at, you need some help, have some questions, go ahead and throw your IGN in chat. I'll grab a couple of them and we'll take a look before we get out of here. Look at all these Team Up Collection tokens. Golly, raining. All right, and then let's grab all this golden stuff. Nice. Sure, I got you, Vic. There we go. We got him. Let me do these two Pokemaster and we'll see where we're at, buddy. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Got 218 on the badge, so we're a ways in on this account here, at least as far as building it goes. I'm gonna grab this anyways. Yeah, there we go. And Vic I've got on my friends list or in the Alliance or something, so I can grab you in game. Swords are looking good, man. 3 6-gem swords, very, very nice. Hope you get more soon. Not much to say there once you get that far, except good luck. Cards are looking very PvE and very good. You have to let me know what you need help with here, brother, because your account looks pretty good. You need better stats on some of these cards, maybe? Yeah, definitely. Who is this? Who do I've got here? Who do I got? It is Sarnius. Sarnius Prime. Let's see here. Yeah, let me know if you got any specific questions, bro, because this is pretty advanced here. Fizz attack's fine if you're free to play, but you may want to go for all attack if you are spending. Attack speed's good, crit damage is good, crowd control time down is okay. This is not good for a PvE set of cards, and I'm going to be pretty critical about these because we're looking at a set with 25% pierce and 6 and 7s across the board, so there actually may be some questions about what you got going on here. One of the reasons you're going to struggle in Team Battle Arena, no doubt, compared to some other people, is you have PvE cards across the board. And that's just fine. That just is what it is. There's not much you can do about that. You have no HP here. Let me look if that's where you're struggling. No HP here. No HP here. No HP here. 1 HP stat. So you got 10% HP there, and you've got 10% HP here, and that is the total HP on your cards. 29.7%. You've got some in the bonus options as well, it looks like. Yeah, there it is. So your HP is low, and again, it kind of is what it is. You've got a PvE set of cards here. So anyways, with your cards this advanced, at some point, if you do want to work on your cards, you go back, you break them one at a time, right? So for example, with the Spidey card, you'd lock maybe physical attack, attack speed, and crit damage, and you'd re-roll these three stats looking for dodge, HP, and ignore defense, right? Some better stats up top. And I like it. It's hard to like explain this all the time, but it's okay to have crowd control time down here or there. But when you have none of the other stats you need, it can be problematic. So like you have plenty of ignore defense, your cooldown duration is really low. So I'm not sure where you're making up for that. Like really, okay, you got 20% on your sword. So as long as everybody's good, that's fine. But your cooldown is really low on your cards. But that doesn't really affect those spots we were looking at anyways. No, we don't want Naruto. Get out of here. Not you yet. Not yet, Pokemaster. Not yet. So, it's not the biggest deal to get these stats unless you want to. But like the HP, for example, if you don't build a PvP card set, the HP being missing on 4 out of 5 of these cards is hurting you really bad. Oh yeah! Thanks. Thank you, dude. Thank you. In fact, I will forget, so let me finish this one up and then we'll go do that real quick, then we'll look at Victor's account and Pokemasters. So anyways, I'll just rattle these off. If you come back through, you'd do these one at a time, you'd break this, you'd probably lock these 3 and try to roll more preferable stats up here. The crowd control time down here is like fine, you don't need ignore defense, so like you could keep that and just roll for HP and dodge, or you could leave this alone, it's up to you. And then the bottom of this card looks really good, 7 quality with good stats. Yeah, the bottom of this card also looks really, really good. But you're looking at a similar situation here, where these top 2 stats, you could lock these 4 bottom stats, they're fantastic, but you're missing your dodge and your HP up top. So, you could think about breaking that card eventually and grabbing it. Here, you've got a similar situation, all attack speed are good. It's actually, this one needs help. Here you have all attack and attack speed, but all the rest of these are bad stats. So if you wanted to work on a card, this would be a good one to try and fix potentially. Bottom again, 7 quality, crit damage recovery rate. All defense proc, this isn't terrible. This isn't terrible, especially if you're using, interested in PvP. Here we've got all basic attack, crit rate, crit damage, crowd control time down, movement speed, and dodge. Again, you're just missing like the HP. Your ignore defense is fine, so the crowd control time down is actually nice for PvP, but missing the HP is probably part of what you're noticing, but this card looks pretty good overall, so would not be one of the first ones I tried to fix. Crit rate, Fizz attack, and the proc looks fantastic. And then, yeah, that was really good as well. Crit rate, Fizz attack, ignore defense. This is beautiful. 6 quality, looks great. Energy attack, attack speed, crit damage, Fizz defense, max HP recovery rate. So here it's the Fizz defense and the recovery rate that are less desirable. But again, your cards look pretty good, so it's up to you whether you do anything with them at all. You could just leave them the way they are. It is up to you. Or start working on a PvP set. You know, that's the other thing you could consider here. I don't know your situation on your account, but as a free-to-play player, this is... I would be almost good with this, and then just start working on a PvP set of cards. So, up to you what you want to do, but... Let's see. Mighty Greed, 6-star artifact. I don't know who you're struggling against. I mean, you need a Mighty Conquest there, would be much better. Be a big improvement for your Sentry. I mean, yeah, you got to... Tier 4 some of these more PvP heavy characters for TVA if you want to compete. That's probably what you're noticing. Like, so your PvE characters look great. You've got like Wanda built up. You got Thanos here. You got Jean. You got Strange. You got Gambit working. Storm, Rogue. You got speed types. You know what I mean? Your bases are pretty well covered here. I'm sure we could find something you still need. Ghost Rider for a striker. You've got Thor. What you don't have, right, is your like Thanos, your Wolverine, your Silver Surfer, your Mephisto, if you're going that route, which you probably aren't right now. But you're missing a lot of those other PvP characters. So this Wolverine with a Mighty Greed, with an artifact like that, would probably be pretty good in TBA. Deadpool with an artifact, you need Mighty CTPs on these guys. But tier 4ing these characters that have artifacts and CTPs is going to make a huge difference, especially in TBA. It's like building that roster out so you have more viable PvP characters is a big part of the challenge. She's kind of sus, just because like you're gonna have to get her a CTP and then she really doesn't pull a lot of weight, so I wouldn't be in a hurry to build her up, honestly. Maybe that's a hot take, I don't know. You've already got Mephisto's uni, but you're probably going to build him for PvE, would probably be smart. So, may not be the one that ends up helping you in TBA. Maybe like me, and maybe he helps one of your teams built for PvE. It's hard to say. But yeah, that's the gist of it, I'd say. Focus on the characters you have that have artifacts and are like 1 CTP away from having the Mighty CTP in a full build. Think about targeting them for tier 4s. Because level 80s, you know, aren't going to stand up super well against tier 4s. That's really what it comes down to. And yeah, other than that, it looks good. You got a pretty good head for what you're doing. You know, everybody's got reasonable sets. You got a lot of Hawk's Eye, I'm noticing. Like a lot of Hawk's Eye. And Hawk's Eye is pretty inferior to Power of Angry Hulk and Overdrive. So just something to consider the next time you see a discount on ISO sets. You might want to roll 1 or 2 of these Hawk's Eyes every time you get a discount. Try and get Overdrive or Power of Angry Hulk for these guys. Because honestly, this is also, by the way, like distorting your skill cooldown. Hawk's Eye adds a bunch of skill cooldown duration down. And so these characters are going to cap really easy for you on skill cooldown reduction, but other characters are going to struggle. So you really don't want to be relying, in my opinion, on Hawk's Eye for cooldown duration, because Power of Angry Hulk has better stats, but also doesn't create that artificial inflation of your skill cooldown. What's up, Sahaj? What's going on, homie? Good to see you, dude. All right, man. Hopefully that helps you out. I'm going to jump on to the next one here so we can help a couple people out. Hopefully those tips helped a little bit, getting those Mighty CTPs, focusing on characters like Wolverine. Keep in mind, we do have that native tier 2, tier 4 discount potentially coming up for Black Friday. So maybe that'd be a good time to do your Wolverine or your Silver Surfer or someone like that. All right, let's take a look at Vic's account, man. Let's go. I'm down. Shoot, man. Do I still have you on the friends? I don't remember if it's just the Alliance. Probably just the Alliance, honestly. One of those people where we would have just spread it out so we weren't taking up spots on both lists. But maybe not. I can't remember. Oh, excuse me. There we go. All right. Yeah, I know, dude. Brutal. I gotta be cutthroat like that, dog. We're moving up to the big leagues, you know what I'm saying? Leave your friends in the dirt that you grew up with.
Shit. Really made.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. All right. So 172 on your badge. Swords are looking all right. This looks like an RNG cock block, I'm not gonna lie. You got your 4 gems, working on 5ers. Could use some work. Could use some work. But if you're just getting stuck on RNG, so be it. I know this is kind of like that territory. Yup. This looks pretty good. You're just missing Ghost Rider. Have you found Ghost Rider? Where's your Ghost Rider, young man? You don't have to, Vikas. There's room. We invite people from the stream, but nobody has to. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and give you some account here. We'll help here then. Quit being lazy. I'm just kidding, kind of. Ghost Rider obviously would be nice here instead of probably Cable. I don't know why I hate this card. I'm going to be honest. I take issue with the artwork on this card, and it is such a terrible reason to dislike it. It's a good card. I don't know that it's inherently worse than Black Panther. I just like the artwork on this card significantly more. So, there you go. Oh, Vic, you can wait. I love you, bro. We'll be right back. I got to do something real quick. I got to do something. I got to take care of something real fast. A little something. Where are you at in here, dude? Where are you at? Talking smack in chat. Asking for a rematch. Are you on the friends? I do this all the time. Go allies, because I know you're in here. Like, you got to be up higher. There you are. There you are. Let's go. Hey, so here's the thing. You got to go win a match. Or fight a match. You don't have to win, I don't think. But your team won't lock in with the tier 4 sentry until you actually use it in timeline battle. So you have to actually compete in order to lock in that tier 4 sentry. Otherwise, I'll still just be competing against your level 80 sentry. Wait, nope. Nope. Back to where we were. Oh, go. There we go. Bam. Okay, so anyways, yeah, use that Ghost Rider card, bro, because it's sweet. You know what you're doing with your cards, so I'm not going to sit here and waste my breath. I know you. I know you know what you're doing. You know what you're looking for. Get out of here. However, I will look at all your goodies here that you've gotten. You have 3 Uru on 1, 2. Ah! What the hell is going on in here, Vic? I ain't here to roast you, but finish your Uru setups, bro. Where's your HP Uru here or something, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just don't like using them? You're just waiting for OBs? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, you got the cooldowns and stuff. No reason to look at that. Pretty much. Just waiting for OBs. 187 second cooldown. Yeah. What do you need to know, Vic? What the hell is this, bro? Somebody's got an unequipped coming. Somebody's got the store purchase unequipped coming. Check everyone? Okay. Oh, okay. Sure. I could do that. We'll go through your tier 4s. Mighty Judgment. Still stuck that on there. That's funny. I remember when you equipped this way back in the day. Way back in the day. $60, 7-second cooldown. Weird ass Crescent artifact. Still got the energy on Wolverine. You got a Judgment on Hulk, which is insane. Pretty weird. Is that what I'm getting into? Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, so my advice to you is to buy the unequip For CTPs from the store. Because you're messing up, bro. You got your stuff all whacked out, dude. This looks like Garby. What are you doing? I'm just kidding, kinda. I didn't even really look because I figured you were trolling me. Because you are. Yeah, liberations on Spider-Man and stuff. What are you even doing down here? You just wanted to be silly? Is that it? Okay. You didn't even... Look, bro. If you're gonna do this, you at least gotta put CTPs on everybody. Come on now. Come on now. Where's the commitment? Where's the gusto? What are all these obelisks? Oh, I like the competition on M'Baku. That's pretty good. Mighty competition on M'Baku. Very nice. All right, Pokemaster, where you at, bro? Let's get on some real account help here. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you need on this one either. You need some work on your swords. That's what you need. What did I say? I don't know. Something like that. I call him Nick Fury. Call him Nick Shuri. Call him M'Baku. Call him Valkyrie. Call him supports. Call them whatever you want, you know? Yellow swords. Don't know why they're doubled up. You should look for a blue sword. You need a blue sword. Best you can. Just keep working on these. It's early on the account, but these need some help. You can get a lot of attack out of there. Let's see, we got New Avengers number 9 rolled up with no HP proc. So 7 quality is fun, but without the HP proc, it's not worth keeping, in my opinion. Even with crit rate and attack speed, you probably don't need the attack speed because you're capped, and then the crit rate is nice, but it's just not. You need the HP proc. It's not worth having this card on a PvE set of cards without the HP proc. Anywho, mind resist is yucky. Attack speed is fine. Crit damage is fine. Crowd control time down is okay, but not optimal. Movement speed is no. Cold resist is no. So the only things you want to really lock here are probably the attack speed and crit damage. Yeah, let's see your ignore defense. Yeah, I would not lock this crowd control time down because you need ignore defense. So probably worth going for. So this card needs some work, but leave it alone for now because you've got the 5% pierce. It's good. 7 quality. It's good. Fine. Leave it alone for now. You may want to re-roll this for the HP proc. I know it's going to feel weird, but that 20% HP proc is huge in PvP. Cold resist, movement speed, ignore defense. So ID is the only one here worth keeping. The bottom of this card is in need of a reroll. You'll get there. That one's a work in progress, obviously. Cold resist, movement speed, crowd control time down. All basics is red. This card just needs a full reroll at some point. These are not desirable stats that I would lock. Nah, unfortunately. And then the bottom of this card looks pretty good, though. It's okay. I would leave this for now. Even with 4 quality and mind resist, you still got crit damage and the attack proc. So this is good to start. And then Cable, we're starting the other thing here where you're going to run out of room for the good cards you want as you get them. Yeah. The HP proc is kind of hard to overstate how good it gets once you get a lot of HP. 20% of 118,000. Some extra HP. You've got 2 of the supplemental good cards here. So as you get White Fox, Ghost Rider, Guardians of the Galaxy, the other cards that you're going to want to fit in here, you're going to be short a slot, basically. You're not going to be able to equip White Fox, or you're not going to be able to equip Ghost Rider. Guardians of the Galaxy most likely is the one you're not going to equip because you have these 2. That would be my recommendation. I think you should take White Fox and Ghost Rider before you take the other one that's escaping my mind right now, Guardians of the Galaxy. But you're even short on room for that. You have 1 spot left, right? So what goes here? Ghost Rider, for sure. But then you're sacrificing White Fox, basically, for this card. So just something to consider, and especially consider it now, Pokemaster, while you don't have it crafted. Now's the time to think about that. Do I want to just hold this until I have a better option, work on these other cards, craft them up, and then someday... maybe I get another card I need and I can craft that, and then maybe I pull this off and replace it with Ghost Rider or whoever. We're going to check that. I think that's hilarious, Goat. You might eat the words on that one. We'll see, but I have a feeling we're just not seeing a lot of vigorous PvP testing just yet is part of what's going on. And then looking at your roster... you've got 0.9 per 1 on your strange, looking good. You need the 7-second cooldown here. It's really important. You want to roll 55% here so that this is reduced to a 7-second cooldown. The same way a CTP of Rage needs to be 0.9 per 1 to get the 7-second cooldown. Competitions are similar. 55%, the max roll on the bottom gets you a 7-second cooldown, which makes a dramatic difference in damage. From the CTP, 0.9 per 1, so you got your 7 seconds there. 0.9 per 1, you got your 7 seconds there. 200, nice Judgment, nice Ghost Rider. 200, looks good. You got the Artifact, looking really good. Nice, Mighty Greed on Null. Hawk's Eye, again, watch for a discount. Hawk's Eye is probably not what you want here. Much better options for your main PvP guys. Mighty CTP of good Greed is great. 3-star Artifact's a little rough, but you're working with what you got. 4-star Artifact for Carnage is pretty nice. Okay. And then you got Nick down here. Sentry chilling as well with a Mighty Conquest. Interesting to note. Interesting to note. What's up, Stefan? Stefan? Not sure which, but either way, welcome. Possibly, I think today we're just looking at a couple. It's kind of like a quick new account help thing. But Mondays, I do the big long ones where we do like sometimes 9, 12 accounts. And then I'll try and get in another small one between now and then, but this will probably be the last one I look at today. Got to get a bunch of stuff done. So, all right. So as far as tier 4s go, I'm curious if you have Agent Venom and if you have his artifact. Always, especially now, like as we get more and more PvP characters that are strong, Null is going to become more and more reliant on Agent Venom and stuff. And yeah, I'm not seeing him. So buttons on your britches, as my wife likes to say. Sentry is probably like a stronger option right now because you don't have the support for Null. You probably don't have the symbiote team up collection built up like I did not. You do not have the artifact, and you do not have Agent Venom, and you do not have his artifact. So Null is missing a lot of juice. That doesn't mean he's not a good option for a tier 4. It just means with Sentry at level 70, you might want to consider cutting Sentry in front of Null. I don't know if that's bad advice since Null's already 80, but I just feel like Sentry's going to be a more powerful character with the base kit. Just something for you to consider. I would definitely tier 4 them before I tier 4 this guy. Could consider him for Black Friday. You also need quite a few more characters for ABXL. You're going to want your combat villain. Part of me wants to say don't rush because there's a certain combat villain that we might be getting shortly. And if you guys don't know that certain combat villain might just come and blow up the combat villain ABX day. And he's also a premium, semi-premium character is what we would say now, I guess. So in my book, that makes it even more likely that he's going to get a big upgrade and possibly come swinging for the combat villain day. But in the meantime, Hulk is a good option. Taskmaster is a good option for combat female to cover that day. I'm trying not to spoil that Marvel Zombies trailer for you guys. That's what I'm talking about, by the way, with the cryptic language. If you haven't watched the Marvel Zombies trailer yet, boom, baby, check that out. We took a look at it last night on the stream. Sure, if you don't want spoilers, plug your ears. I'll wave my hands when I'm done talking. You ready for this? Last chance, 3, 2, 1, spoilers for the Marvel Zombies trailer. Namor was in it. Scarlet Witch was in it. Thanos was in it. Spider-Man was in it. Blade was in it. Who wasn't in it? Shang-Chi was in it. Yelena was in it. Bruh. Crazy. No, but he is combat villain. So yeah, you'd still have Hulk for a day. Yeah. Golly, can you guys imagine that meta? You guys ready for that? If you spam it at all caps multiple times, it helps goat it, especially when it's something super important like that. He is a mutant. That is correct. So there is a human day that he will still cover, but as things fracture, my point still stands, which is the point that I was making, that someone might be coming for some of his value. So you may just want to wait, is all I was saying. With the next update, potentially bringing characters that might be really, really strong and worth leveling for ABXL, you could just hold out if you're thinking about Hulk. That's what I was saying. you could put him behind maybe Null or Sentry or whoever you choose to do next. You've got Combat Female here in Taskmaster if you're interested in it. And those look like the juiciest options that you've got as far as I can tell. Sentry, Null, Hulk, Wolverine, Taskmaster. And then after that, we're getting into like supports for World Boss Legend Plus, which is a ways out. So you could do that. She just doesn't cover a lot of days. You could do that. I considered it. Tier 4 and Gamora. It's just a nice, cheap Tier 1. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, especially with your current setup, like I'm not super keen on Tier 4ing her. A lot of other expensive characters here. Hulk might be a good option for you. Good. Does good at Tier 4. At least does for me with that competition. So might be worth it. Something to consider. I guess really my main point is, guys, if you haven't watched that trailer yet, you ought to watch it because it got me feeling like we might see some shakeup. Of course, that's just feelings. You never know. One thing I thought would be absolutely crazy is zombie Thanos. And I think that's actually likely. So, hold on to your britches, boys. And then an epic quest coming as well. Hopefully that helps with the account here, with the Tier 4s and stuff, Pokemaster. You got a good start going on. I think maybe a cheaper Tier 4 might be a good option. I think I was reading Sharon talking. Wait, no. Isn't this Pokemaster? Who am I looking at? Is this Pokemaster? What do I got? We'll go fast. We'll wrap it up. I think that was Pokemaster. Thanos is inevitable. Dead or alive. You're coming with me. Let's do it, man. Yeah, I'll take a look real quick. Well, actually, hit me up after the stream, KT3. Hit me up after the stream. I'll help you out, man. There's a lot of people waiting, so I don't want to, like, that way I can go do what I need to do, be honest, and come back and then help you out when I get a sec. Easier that way. All right, my friends. Hopefully that helped the few of you that we did look at, besides you, Vic, you scoundrel. But yeah, we'll be doing more account help throughout the week. We're at about 2 hours now, so I am going to call it for today. If you guys had fun, enjoyed yourselves, learned anything, go ahead and hit that like button. You know it helps out a lot. If you want to see more of the live stream series, we're doing it every day at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Watch for the account 911 in the thumbnail if you're looking for account help. More guides coming your way soon, folks. Stay tuned for that. I am old and gray. This is free to play, and I hope you all have a spectacular day. Enjoy the Hellfire, guys. We'll see you on the next one.